Coop sent in a quick battle with the Wood Elf Mirror. I tend not to enjoy casting mirrors too much. They're set to a higher bar for me to even bother with them, but this one was good. This one banged. So let's watch it back together. I watched it at ×3 speed. So for the Red Wood Elves, we have 2 Blade Singers, triple Glade Guard, all with Hagbang tips, then some Eternal Guard, 2 Glade Riders or Spears, Orion, and double Forest Dragon. So no caster for the Red Wood Elves. On the other side, for Coops, we do have Glade Riders of Spears, Wild Hunters of Kurnos, a Glade Lord, and then a Spellsinger of Life with Regrowth and Earthblood. More Wild Riders, 2 Deepwood Scouts with Shiver Shards, and then a front line of Dryads, including the Wraith of the Frozen Heart and another Glade Rider in the distance. I'll have a video coming out. I don't know what the release order of the videos is, but I swear to God, man, bring a caster. Bring a caster, you need it. There's a multiplayer tips video I'm gonna release that's like how to win more games pretty easily. And step 1 is bring a caster. It's just always, 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 always worth it. Always. Taking a caster with bad spells is better than taking no caster at all. Anyway, Glade Riders and the Dragons are trying to punish the Wild Hunters of Kurnos, but a Regrowth is healing them up, keeping them in the fight, while more Glade Riders and Wild Riders try and join the battle. Orion's living his best life, however. Anti-large, armor piercing, just killing stuff slowly but surely. Another Earthblood tries to heal these guys up. A Hawk's Talon will hit the back of some Glade Riders. Almost hit the Wild Riders too. But then they dodged it, so nice little dodge there. And Orion and his Dragon's just going to stay in combat. Meanwhile, Glade Riders are flanking a little bit. And some Glade Guard are trying to run for it. We have 2 Blade Singers here that can kill all 5 of these Dryads. Just the 2 of them can kill all 5 of the Dryads. So the infantry fight should go to the red team, but with cavalry support and those Blade Singers not getting into action just yet, that is going to be a problem. Why they aren't getting into action swiftly is because we have 2 different fights going on. The mobility of the Green Wood Elves and their archers are focusing on Orion and Double Dragons, while the infantry and archers of the red team are fighting mostly just the infantry of the green team, which makes me think that this fight is going to go very poorly for green and Coops. The 2 Blade Singers, once they actually get into melee combat, are going to eat so good. Orion and the Dragons. One of the Dragons is getting very low as it's now surrounded by Wild Riders and getting rear charged by the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. The other Dragon is also surrounded by Wild Riders and the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. So both of them in similar situations. Deepwood Scouts now in range to start firing in. They get pretty good damage out. And Orion cannot heal them in any way, shape, or form. Blade Singers finally commit to combat, though one of them is kind of faffing about on the side. They need to spread out a little bit more, probably fight more Dryads than both teaming up in the same one, but whatever. They'll get there. They'll get there. One of the Forest Dragons is dead to the Deepwood Scouts. Other one gets up in the sky. Could probably breath attack the Wild Hunters of Kurnos, and it is. Oh, nice breath attack target. I'll give him that. Good little bit of damage. And the Gehenna's Golden Hounds that's bound to Orion. I think it's like his Hounds of Orion or something, but it's Gehenna's Golden Hound, just silver. Gonna do decent damage, so he's killing off those Wild Hunters still. The Wood Elf Cav has taken a lot of damage. A Hawk's Talon in the middle of both those Deepwood Scouts also gets decent damage out. Glade Guard are starting to run away from Dryads and Glade Riders, but they won't get very far. They will be outpaced. Meanwhile, Blade Singers are chewing up all these guys, as they should. 2 of the Dryads are already dead. Orion takes a bunch of damage from the Glade Lord and the 2 Deepwood Scouts. His healing will proc if he gets really, really low, but until then, he's just at the mercy of the spooky spooks. Final Forest Dragon is down fighting, trying to get rid of these Wild Riders as he gets rear charged by other Wild Riders, and then Glade Riders also diving in. Hopefully Orion can bail it out. He has Fire at Will. I think Loopy's been pointing it out forever, but he has Fire while moving, and it never works. So as long as he's moving, he's not going to throw that javelin of his. Glade Riders or Spears peeled off by Glade Guard, just turning and shooting. This is the correct thing to do, is to have your archers run in 3 different directions. Now he has 2 running that way, 1 running this way, but you could have all 3 run in different directions, and then the ones that aren't getting chased turn and fire at the stuff chasing the other people. Blade Singers did at last fill their birthright and kill off a whole bunch of Dryads without taking very much damage themselves. And Orion is Prey of Anoth Raymond. His healing is officially active, giving him an additional 20% ward save with his 20% physical resistance. and his small model can make it hard for the Deepwood Scouts to actually hit him. They're still doing pretty good damage, and while he's netted, he's just chucking javelins into these guys, killing off Wild Riders. Balance power shifted against the red team. I would agree. Both their forest dragons are dead. A lot of their infantry is compromised and out of position. Orion's almost dead. Orion has some Glade Riders back. I didn't even know he had any on the side of the map at all. Another Hounds of Orion is out in the Deepwood Scouts, followed by Hawk's Talon. Those guys are already moving. They'll dodge most of the Hawk's Talon, not really take too much damage at all. These Cav are way too wounded to significantly hurt the King of the Wild Hunt. On impact, they do 300 damage, but then they immediately rout, and I think their Glade Rider companions will also immediately rout. And, wow, the Wild Hunters even shatter. On the other side, Glade Guard are trying to peel Dryads. Blade Singers are chasing all those guys off the map. Deepwood Scouts continue to fire at Orion. As Wild Riders, it looked like they were getting a little bit of healing. I wonder if it was just like a Earthblood or something. Glade Lord is firing out 4 of her last shots. Deepwood Scouts have tons of ammunition, and Orion's juking as best he can. Gonna fast forward a little bit here as the Blade Singers show up. Orion is retreating, trying to heal. And now the Glade Lord is out of ammunition, so Orion is safe. Bounce Power is getting back towards the middle. Orion continues to book it. Foe Seeker making him even faster. Just tries to heal up. Glade Lord is going to take a fight with him, and Orion does stop and take the fight since she's just going to get free hits on his back. He wants to at least get some damage out while he can. Hounds of Orion at his feet do nothing, and he again starts to run away. But he will just get hit in the back for free. One more volley for the Deepwood Scout should take him out. In the distance, most of the archers have been shut down, besides that one. There's another wounded one here. It's alive, technically. Orion is down. We still have 2 Blade Singers. We still have some archers. Versus 2 Deepwood Scouts with a lot of ammunition. And then a Life Caster. I mean, the Glade Lord's healthy, but she's out of ammo, so she's the subpar melee combatant. She doesn't have the Helm of Discord or anything. 2 wounded Blade Singers, 2 archers versus these Deepwood Scouts and the heroes. It's probably going to be pretty tough. I imagine there'll be a lot of Deepwood Scout kite in the future. Dryads in the distance are so low they're not going to matter, and Eternal Guard are also finishing them off. It's not even a big deal. Going to fast forward briefly. A nice little heal Earthblood down for the Deepwood Scouts. Glade Guard counter-firing as the Blade Singers take big damage from the Deepwood Scouts. One of them is about to rout, and seeing how much damage his units are going to take from the Deepwood Scouts, it looks like Afrobush just surrenders. So yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting, like, it was just funny to see all the Cav fight the single entities, and then on the other side, all the infantry fight in completely separate little zones. So I thought that was a fun cast. For Afrobush's build, Orion actually did pretty well here. I liked him. I don't know about the double Forest Dragon, and you really, really need a caster. For Coops' side, it was fine. He took Wild Riders. He's probably just feeling like having some fun, but Wild Riders are not a good unit, and it kind of showed here. But GG. GG. The ROR is good. The regular Wild Riders are not. Roar.
Subscribe, yes, yes.